Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I've got a real treat in store. It's quite an expensive meal, but if you divide it by 4 people it works out just over £8 a head. So not that bad really, but really nice. So let's go through the ingredients. So here I've got 100 grams of mushrooms which I've already sliced. I've got 1 onion which I've already sliced. I've got 1 clove of garlic which I've crushed. I've got some English mustard. I've got some crème fraîche, 100 millilitres of beef stock, some plain flour, and the best ingredient of all, this is the most expensive part of it, fillet steak. Absolutely beautiful. This was 29 quid for 600 grams, but it's worth it. Like I said, if you divide that by 4, it's only just over £8 a head. You're not going to get that at a restaurant. So, the first thing I want to do is to slice the beef. So I've got everything else prepared, so I'm going to stick that all over there and then we're going to slice the beef. Okay, so I've made a start on the beef. I've just cut it basically into strips and then cut it down to about that size. So you're looking around about that size. So once you've got that done, I'll just finish these last bits. Once you've got that done, you need a bowl. And what you want to do is put all your beef into the bowl. And you want to throw in there 2 tablespoons of flour. And then you give the beef a good tossing so it's all coated. And then just shake off any excess flour and just put it onto the plate ready. So I'll just get this done. So 2 tablespoons of flour. Get it all good coated over so it's all well coated. If you need to add more flour, you can do. Get it all well coated with flour. Okay, so you want to be looking at something like that. Now I'm going to take that out, put it onto a plate, just shake off any excess flour. And then we're going to start cooking. So I've got all my ingredients ready over there. I'm going to be using a wok, but I'll also be using a separate frying pan because I'm going to fry the beef separately. So the next step now is to start cooking. So what I've done is I've dropped a tablespoon of oil into the wok to heat up. Now this is rapeseed oil. You can use olive oil if you want. So we're going to get that nice and hot, and the first thing you want to do is to fry your onions. Fry them for a few minutes till they soften, but don't let them go brown, don't let them colour or anything like that. So we'll get this nice and hot and I'll get the onions started. So we'll drop the onions in. That's the sliced onions in there. We'll get them softened up, so we'll cook them for about 4 minutes or so, something like that. And then the next stage, once you've fried your onions, is to drop in your crushed garlic, cook it again for another couple of minutes. Then you're going to put in a tablespoon of butter and let that foam, melt and foam. Once that's fallen, you'll drop your mushrooms in. Okay, so let's get these done. Okay, they're starting to soften now, so I'm going to drop in the garlic. Get that crushed garlic in there, cook it for about another 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm happy with that now. So the next stage now, I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. A good heaped tablespoon of butter in there. Let that melt and foam. Get that melted so it's nice and foaming. Then we'll drop the mushrooms in. We'll cook the mushrooms until they soften, and then we'll throw in the stock. And once that's done, put the pan to one side, start frying your meat, because you want to get your meat browned off, so it's all nice and brown, there's no pink showing. Then you put the meat into it and let it simmer for 30 minutes. So let's get this butter foaming. Nice, mushrooms can go in there now, so we'll just throw in the sliced mushrooms. And you need to get them cooked off so they're nice and soft. And then once the mushrooms are softened, you throw in the stock. Before the stock goes in, you want 1 teaspoon of mustard in there, 150 millilitres of crème fraîche, that will go in there. Get that all mixed in. Like that. Get all a good mix in. So it's starting to colour now, the sauce is starting to colour. Right, so once you've done that, add the stock. So I'm going to pour in the stock now. Sprinkle of salt and plenty of black pepper. Turn that down to simmer. Give it all a really good mix in. Right, what you need to do now is take that off the heat, because now we're going to start on the beef. Put that to one side. Get another pan, tablespoon of oil. Get that heated up nicely. Now you might need to add some more oil, because with the flour on the beef it might fry up a little bit. So let's get oil nice and hot, then we'll throw in the beef. Brown the beef off till it's all nice and brown. Put it back into the pan with the mushrooms and everything else. Put the lid on and let it simmer for 30 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to drop in the beef. Start browning that off. We'll use this. So that's browned off nicely, so I'm now going to put that into the pan with the mixture. So we'll put that back onto the heat, put that into the pan. Get rid of that, using a spatula, I'm going to give it a good mix in, get it all mixed in there. And then what I'm going to do then is put the lid on and let it simmer for 30 minutes. And then just come back and check the beef's nice and tender. I will be doing it with some tagliatelle, or you can use rice, or you can use spaghetti, or pasta, or whatever you want really. But I'm going to be doing it with tagliatelle. So that's it up to now. We're going to bring that back to the boil. That sauce. Beautiful. Okay, boiling away that now, so put the lid on. I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. And then 20 minutes into there, I'm going to start on the tagliatelle, which will take about 10 minutes. And then it'll be ready. So for now, I'm just going to do a quick clean up, a quick tidy up, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I boiled some water in the kettle, which I put in the pan, got that back to boiling. The sauce is thickening up really nicely in the stroganoff. So I'm going to drop my tagliatelle into here. Cook that for about 10 minutes and then we'll be dishing out. Let's just taste this beef. Let's have a look. Beautiful. So tender. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes now and then I shall be dishing out. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so everything's just about ready for dishing out. So I've drained off my tagliatelle. So let's get some of that on there. Now for the stroganoff. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You want to see this, you want to smell it. Let's get some of that beef on there. The mushrooms. And I want some of this beautiful sauce. Get some of that beautiful sauce on there. You may have noticed, by the way, I've changed my t-shirt. That's because I spilled something on it during cooking, so I had to change it. So don't light in. And there you have my beef stroganoff with tagliatelle. See you next time.